Part of being in the Navy is going on deployment. I myself am injured. I can't go on deployment. They say that a year on a ship is equivalent to 3 years in the real world. I couldn't imagine that wear and tear on my body already with a bad foot, bad leg, you name it. Anyways, why I brought that up is because I was talking to my fellow sailors today, and they brought up an interesting story that dealt with deployments. We were talking about that, and I thought I would share it with you guys. It kind of interweaves itself with the commentary. If you don't know, a deployment itself is 9 to 12 months. That's a very long time for couples or even married couples to be apart. There's many crazy things that happen. For example, you go on a 9-month deployment, right? And you come back and your wife is 6 months pregnant. If you do the math, that's 3 months into your deployment where you're totally far away from her. And she got pregnant. You ain't the baby daddy. Let me just tell you that. Anyway, back on topic, the story. A sailor's about to go on a 9-month deployment and he is married. His wife doesn't like the idea of him being gone so long, and it's not because she'll miss him. What she'll miss the most is the physical side of things, as you'll see later in this story. So she makes a deal with him. They decide that they're going to have an open relationship. She was forceful about the issue, though, and she was really going for it. He really didn't see much in it. He wasn't a ladies' woman. He wasn't going to see much action anyways. She, however, saw a ton of action while he was on deployment. He came back, and she was with his best friend. Then she divorced him for his best friend. And that kind of brings me into the topic of this commentary. Life can be the worst told story, and life cannot make sense. What I mean by that is if you follow a random person throughout the course of a year, you will find that they have many misgivings, they experience many painful events, and they have the worst luck. It doesn't improve, nothing good seems to happen. It's not like a storybook. Storybooks always have those moments of joy or the lesson learned. It's not that way. And why I brought that up is because of another story that a fellow sailor of mine passed along to me. He told me of this one guy who had a wife that he got pregnant, and he got the best friend pregnant at the same time. He had then left his wife for the best friend and married the best friend. The ex-wife, also ended up having an abortion. So now we're going to focus on the ex-wife, besides what a douche, what a jerk that guy is. When the ex-wife had the abortion, she had then went on to marry the weirdest guy you'll ever know. She got pregnant again. And this guy, the day she gave birth, had gone to trial for a 12-year-old rape case. Dead serious, not making it up. She had then gone on to say that she blamed her bad choice of men, the last 2 men were just terrible choices, in her upbringing. She was sexually abused as a child, and that is why she chose men that are like that. That's why she went towards men that were like that. And why I bring that up is because when I look at people's upbringings, they kind of want to replicate certain things in their childhood because it's the only way they know how to survive. I myself, for example, I was abused and I was treated like complete crap all throughout my childhood. I don't necessarily replicate the abuse. Believe me, my wife is fine. I haven't even touched a hair on her. But there are times where I myself create drama that is unnecessary. My wife will be acting totally normal. She'll be doing her usual thing. And I'll create drama because I grew up getting used to that. Was I necessarily comfortable in those situations? No. But it's how I knew to survive. If I didn't see some drama here and there, I would go crazy because it's just what I grew up being used to. Is it right? No, I'm trying to correct it. I'm trying to find other ways, to keep about a balance in my life and try to recover from what I experienced. When you look at abuse in children, it stays with them for the rest of their life, especially sexual abuse. And as you can see, that girl had the choice in men that was somewhat reflective of her childhood, and she was making bad decisions. Has she recovered? I don't know. I wish that she did recover or has recovered, and we'll see what happens. Now, a lot of us use our past or our upbringing as a shield towards hateful comments or an excuse for certain things that we do. Does it mean that whatever we do is completely excusable? And I say no. There's an extent as outsiders of how much we can tolerate. There comes a point where we need to intervene ourselves and kind of get this person to not fabricate their actions as much as they do. It's not to say that they didn't struggle or anything, but here I am, I'm not whining about it every day. And I understand that people have had tougher pasts than me and have gone through much more than me, but there's an extent where people need to put their past in the past and live in the present. Anyways, guys, that is it for this commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video a like rating. Have a great day, guys, as I will too. Peace, guys.